All right, here we go.
Ondas.
All right,
Hello?
let's check it out.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? My name is Daniel Yepes. Today, I will be showing you how to make panel fab tickets using Revit and the takeoff program. I will be going slow, and please feel free to stop me at any time if you have any questions. Okay? So let's get to it. Um, for this training, I will be using Lawson Lane. Um, this is a detached model just for the training purposes. And this is my takeoff program. All right, so we're gonna create a new project. Normally when we go through this process, we save this project under the job that you're working on. So the job will be Lawson Lane, drafting, takeoff, panel group, and you can see right here the database that we saved in here. But for the training purpose of this, we will create a new project in my desktop real quick. But when you save a database, it will create a bunch of new folders. So we need to create a new folder in the desktop to put everything in there. So let's see, new folder. Let's name it Lawson Lane presentation. Let's go in the folder and then create, name the database Lawson Lane also. Presentation. Save it. That will take a couple seconds to create all the folders and database. Okay, I'll show you how it looks. Desktop, Lawson Lane presentation. This is the database we created and a bunch of folders in here. Alright, so as you can see, it says new job. So we need to set up the project information first. So let's open this tab, project information. The first thing we need to do is put the job number. Let's see what job number this is. Lawson Lane West Phase 2 10-741. 10-741. And this number needs to match the project that we have open in the Revit. If we put something different here, then an error window will pop up. So we don't want that. The job name, let's say Lawson Lane Phase 2. And that should be good for now. Let's see. Okay, so as you can see, now we have the database with the name of the project, Lawson Lane Phase 2. So that's all we're gonna do with the database right now. So now we will take a look at the panel priorities. through the panel scope packet that's inside the panel group folder. So it's this guy right here, Delta 3. If we open that, that means that we've been through all the panels through the project, and we've identified all the instances and what we need. So right here, there's a list that says ACM glazing panels, weekly distribution, field use panel distribution. Priority 1 is all panels distributed by floor. Priority 2 is roof panels. It's usually parapets. Priority 3 is panels attached to precast. Priority 4 is stainless steel column covers. And priority 5, all the ACM canopy panels. Okay, so that's what we're gonna worry about. For this project, we are using Revit. We will do all the canopy panels, priority 5, and the roof panels, which are the parapets, priority 2 and priority 5. All right, so let's go to the Revit model. Here we need to identify where are these panels at. Right here you can see the parapets are showing here, and then you can see more parapets down here, and the canopy is over on this side. So the canopy, it's composite material. This is priority 5, and the parapets are plate panels, priority 2. So let's concentrate on the parapets right now. Let's choose a typical parapet, and let's see the attributes on this guy. So we click on it, and then you can see the family is parapet family. Panel material is P1. You see all the sizing and parameters in here. This was created by the drafter. Let's go down here on the data. The mark number we already assigned to it. Distribution index is 3, and we assigned the number distribution index, and then we also assigned the finish and what elevation we want this panel to be on. If we compare these to the shop drawings, if we look at 106, let's see 106 right here. So this is a floor plan of all the parapets. So it will come out on 106, and then what priority it is a priority 2 panel. All right, so before we continue adding any more attributes to these panels, let's check real quick the families of one of these, just to see how they're made and if it's correct per the detail from the shop drawings. So I select one, and then edit family, and then it looks like there's a family within a family. Let's check this one. So edit this family. All right, so right here we can see the shape of our parapet, and then let's check the profile. Okay, so we can see right here the little flange and then the return legs. Everything that is shaded, the model does not account for. So all the white faces is the only thing that we see on the model. So there should be 5 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This little flange right here, and then automatically when we export these panels to Inventor, there's going to be automatic 1-inch return legs on the sides. So it looks good. So let's get out of here. No, don't save. We didn't make any changes. Don't save. So right here, we can now select all instances of these parapets. Uh, okay, select, right click, select all instances in the entire project. Alright, so this is where we change the attributes to priority 2, color, and that should be it. As you notice, not all of them are selected, is because these are assigned to a different family. So when you finish putting the priority and the color on these guys, we can now select the ones that were not selected. Let's see what's going on. So select these guys, and then now you can see that this is a parapet family 3/4 jam. Okay, so this is a 3/4 jam, and then distribution index is 5. And then JL is for the panel fab number. So this is a left jam left. And the panel elevation is 1 on 56F. So priority 2. And then let's see, this one was not selected either. So let's select all instances for this one. Maybe they're the same family. Select all instances in the project. And then it's selected right here. So they're both the same family. So it looks like we got all of them. Now we can assign it to priority 2, jam left, color, and that's it. That's it for this one. So as you can see, we have selected all of the parapets. All right. So for the next step will be assigning the parapets to an elevation. So look at the shop drawings. We have this one on 156F. Go to Revit. Let's open 156F. Double click. Okay. For this one, we will have to go to takeoff, and then I will say double click on this guy. Select a panel here. Click. We have selected a panel, parapet family. So right click, and then select all instances. Visible in view. So that way, this will only select the panels that are in this elevation. And let's include this one, this panel right here. Tap, tap, tap until you get to it, and then hold Control, I think, and then left click. Yeah, there you go. And then it says right the multiple type selected. So now we know that all of these panels are one family, and this other one is a jam family. So we need to indicate here that we want these panels to be on panel elevation 156F. Let's make sure that they all match the color, and we are going to put these on priority 2, and apparently we have it on distribution index 5. This will make sense when we open our takeoff program and make sure that we match all this information into our takeoff program to export the parameters. So that's it for this elevation. Now let's go to shop drawings. Let's use 106, I believe it is 106. Yes, let's use 106 for all of these parapets. So let's go to 106, double click, and same thing, double click in here. Select the panel, so tap, tap, tap. There you go. Left click, parapet family. Let's right click, select all instances. visible in view. All right, but remember we have a jam here also, jam panel. So tap, 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 curtain wall, chain of walls lines, curtain panels, family parapet, family 3/4 jam. All right, so control and then left click. All right, so now we have multiple types. Now that we have selected all of the panels in this elevation, 106, let's make sure this elevation is 106, and then color same and priority 2. Cool. All right, so now that we've finished with all the parapets, we need to move on to the canopy, the composite panels right here. Okay, we need to repeat the process. Assign each panel type, and then a subtype, and we go from there. So let's see where these are located and what elevation. Okay, so we have canopy floor plan on one on 131, and then reflected canopy soffit on 131A. So let's just focus on the floor plan first. The canopy floor plan on 131. So let's open 131 over here. This guy right here, double click. All right, and now let's click inside. And we can zoom in and out, no problem. All right, so let's choose a typical panel. Let's see, tab, tab, tab. This panel right here. We need to make sure we're choosing the panel on the top. So for example, this right here says generic models, canopy 2 full extended. Oops. Canopy full extended, canopy bottom. So that's the bottom. We don't want to choose the bottom. So let's keep tabbing. Looks like this one, canopy 2 full extended, canopy top 1. So that's the one we need. Okay, and now we selected that guy. We need to let's see. Let's select all instances on this one right here. So right click. Select all instances in visible view. Okay. So these panels should be the same family. Canopy 2 full extended, canopy top 1. Okay, so these are typicals. They should be, the only difference will be okay, so there's miters and sizing, but the profile shape should be the same. All right, so now that we selected all of those, let's go ahead and say panel priorities. This one is going to be C2. The color is going to be mica MAI silver. And then the panel elevation, let's use this one right here, which is 131. What else? That should be it for these ones. All right, let me explain to you a little bit about these panel types. So let me choose one panel, and we have a canopy 2 full extruded canopy bottom. Here we can choose what kind of panel we want to assign to it, what type. And where this comes from is manage materials. All these types in here, materials. For these particular panels that we're using here for composite, we have WW composite panel. So there it is, there's a color, there's a composite panel, hatch pattern, and then if I click right here for custom parameters, here we can see that there's a glass type C1 and a panel type C1. the C1, if we want to change it, it will change the mark number, because this is what drives the mark number. So this is the first thing that comes up for the panel mark numbers. For example, C1, you see over here all the C1, and then 13, and or 14, and then a dash. So first is the panel type, and then the 13. The 13 is profiles. So every profile has like a different number, and then after that comes the mark number for each instance. So for example, this two C113-15 has the same profile as C113-16, but different size. Okay. All right. So now let me show you something else. Let me explain to you the. So we already talked about the panel priority, the panel subtype. So if we add a letter here, like a or B or whatever, it will be at the end of the mark number. So let's say these two panels are identical, but for whatever reason, we need to this panel to be a different mark number, or like just add a number letter there. We can put the subtype here, and then at the end of the mark number, it will have a letter. Panel finish, we talked about that. The panel fab number, let me show you an example. So this panel right here needs a notch because of the column cover. So right now I selected the column, the panel full extruded canopy bottom, and if you look at the panel fab number, it says notch bottom. So I know that these panel might be the same. It's actually the same size as one on the left, but this panel needs a notch. So I put a notch bottom, and then but this panel, because of for example, right, if I choose the one on the side, the panel on the side right next to it, see, is using the same profile name. Okay, so the only way to differentiate the panel that needs a notch, I need to put a panel fab number, which is right there, notch bottom, and it automatically would give a different mark number. So C170, what's the other one? C170, C172, see? Okay. For example, this panel right here needs a notch, but the drafter already gave a different profile name. So it says canopy 2 full exterior canopy top with a notch. So even though there is the same size as the one on the left, but this one they modeled it with a notch and named it right here. So it will give a different mark number. That's it for this one. All right, so once you have completed assigning all the panel attributes for every single panel that in the project, I think we're ready to UPD the panels. So let's just go back to the 3D view. And then when we UPD all the panels, these will send all the mark numbers to our database that we have open right here. But you need to make sure that your database is open, otherwise it's not going to work. So this will send all the mark numbers to our database, and then from there, you can now refresh the table browser, So in case you did any changes to a panel, you have all the mark numbers in here, the latest and greatest. And then you can just call through and see if anything looks weird or not. Um, okay, now we're ready to go for the key sheets. Let's start with the perfect caps. We mentioned that we will be using um, let's see. This one first, 156A. Let's go to 156A. Here we need to go inside, double click, zoom in. Let's select one of these guys. Tap, click, perfect. Select all instances in the view, and we will go to annotate and tag all. And here we need to do only selected objects in current view. Make sure this is selected. And multi-category tags. And you can add a leader if the mark numbers become too big. And then say apply. Okay, and there you go. Since we selected the leader, let's unclick. So if I click and move this guy, uh, okay, there's no leader there, so we're good. Um, if the panel view would have been smaller than the mark number, if the mark number was bigger and it wouldn't fit on the inside the panel, then it's good to add leaders. So for example, this right here, I don't know what's going on with where's this panel mark number here. So if I click on this mark number and say leader, so there's a leader there, so I can move it. Oh, okay, so this mark number is for this guy. So what's going on there? Where's this guy coming from? This is weird. Tap, figure it out. Oops. Let's see where this mark number. I have to select it once and move it. Why? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's weird. What is there extra mark number? Get it. Ooh. Okay, so I realized that all these mark numbers are moved to the. So for example, this up here are moved to the right. So we would have to select and move them. Um, Hopefully we can select all of these guys. Let me unselect these and move these over like that. So I think we have an extra one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think we do have an extra one. We can go ahead and delete this guy and then move. Select this one over here you unselect these ones and unselect these ones and move these guys over like that, and now you can see which one's which. Let's move these part number, select and move over. Come on, here we go. All right, you get the idea. All right, and then to print out the PDFs for the key sheets, under panel fabs, panel key sheet plot, and here you can select the elevation or plan views that you want. So in this case, it's 106, 156A, all the way through F, and then press OK. File names, let's see, do you wanna representation? Let's put it in here. Let's say Lost on Lane. P2 underscore PL use underscore panel underscore key sheets, and then save. And this is how they look. Everything in order. Cool. Now we need our fab tickets. Okay, so now we go back to the takeoff program or database. We need to fill out more information in order before we get all the export all the panels. So right now let's go to elevation info. This data was brought here when we run UPD. These are the elevations that I got from Revit. So right now every group is under the same group, so Revit panel elevation. If we want to separate these from different releases, we need to we can change this typical group name. So Revit panels on 106 is all the parapets, so we can say parapets. Here on Revit panels 131, this is the canopy. Revit panels on 131A, this is the soffit canopy. So we can say canopy soffit. But we want to release them together, so I think we can leave them like that for now. Revit panels on 156F, this is the other type of parapets. So we want these parapets to go together with the other parapets. So we say parapets. And these other ones, Revit panels blank, these panels we don't need to worry about because the condition of these panels are different. So we will have to approach these panels manually, not through Revit. So this should be good for now. Okay, after we fill out the elevation info, we can go to areas. These areas, we're going to add some more. So for example, right here, the area of the parapets, let's create a parapets area with the groups that we created. So we created parapets. So the area of parapets will contain all the groups that we named parapets. And then let's create a canopy area that will contain all the canopy groups. Okay. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the distribution info also needs to be filled out. So for example, we have a distribution index 1 with distribution name, uh, let's say canopy, and then distribution index 2 will be the parapet. So we have north parapet, we have south parapet, oops, south parapet, oh, 3, 4, uh-huh, copy this, it's the east parapet, west parapet, 5. Okay, and this is these areas, building, floor number, and area. These 3 columns need to be different. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. So, for example, let's see, floor number, canopy is on the 2nd floor. North parapets are on the, what was it? 4th floor or 5th floor? On distribution index, it's at 5th, right? Let's put 5th floor. So it's all gonna be 5. So in order for them to be different, these parapets, we need to put something in the area. So we need to do N for north, S for south, E for east, and W for west. That should do it. And we're ready to make a release. So let's go in here. Let's make an edit list items. I'm gonna make 2 releases. Excuse me. One for parapet panels. This one will include the area's parapets. Sorry. The value will always be a star for us. We can just put it in here. Parapet panels, and then the next one will be canopy panels, and then this one will include the areas with the canopy, and then star. We should be good. Okay, so now we're gonna choose the parapet panels. You can see it automatically updated the area to parapets. Also, there's only 2 elevations for the parapets. So it changed from all 5 that we had on the last UPD to 2. And then now it says also the name of the release will be Los Angeles Phase 2 Parapet Panels. So when we click the export panel parameters, it will just give me all the parapet panels. Alright, so let's try to export the panels for the parapets. Export panel parameters, and we're going to go ahead and create a new folder in here. A new, and then let's say parapet panels. Okay, and let's dump it in there. Okay, he's gonna take them couple seconds. So let's see what dropped in there. Prepare panels. All right, so we have all the panels script, and we have the Excel for inventor. All right, and then let's do the same for the canopy panels. Canopy panels, elevation, and export panel parameters. Let's do a folder. This one will be a canopy panel. Okay, let's go inside this folder. Okay, take a couple seconds, and let's check it out. Right here, canopy panel. All right, so we have an all script panel script, and then all the C1, which is a composite Excel forms. All right, so this next process for the plate panels that we got from Revit through the TECO program. This actually takes probably a day or so to set it up. This is like set up a template. So once you have one template, it will look, you can set up a table that has all these parameters. So for example, if I open the Excel form that we got for these guys right here. So for example, I want to open the C1. Let's see, where is it? Right here. We have all these parameters from X1 all the way to C15. We need to manually incorporate these tables. We need to type in all these guys right here under the parameters. As you can see, every parameter has its own coordinate. So every number that we get gets a point on the inventor file. So let's say we copy all these from X2 all the way to C15, and then paste it here, right here from X2 all the way to C15 it was, right? Yeah. And so let's see now, this panel right here, it's already done, but when you have points like that, this is how it looks when you copy and paste in that table. Right now we're looking at P11 0-1. So little by little, you need to incorporate profile sketch. So sorry, not sketch. Plane views. So you have a sketch there, and then you put a face, another face. Little by little, you connect the dots to create your parapet. Once you're done with the, you start putting the flanges. This flange, let me see where it is. Right here on the side. You have another flange and corner seams, all these little details right here. So once you're done, this is how your panel looks. There's this little feature that needs to be fixed, but that's pretty much how it looks when you're done. I can open right here, I'll double click P110-4. This is an outside corner, P110-6. Smaller. So these is a miter, and it gets different sizes, but there still needs to be fixed. This one still needs to be fixed. Once you finish, you need to incorporate this into a fab ticket, into a drawing. You put the panel uh, right here from model reference, and you incorporate it in here, and then you start putting all these annotations into one template. And then here are all the mark numbers that come in with this single cell form. Different parameters, but same type mark number. So all the P111s will have the same profile right here. If it's a miter, it will change fab ticket. So that's it for this is all I can show you for the inventor side. Now I will show you for AutoCAD. Alright, so now that I have AutoCAD open, I need to click new, save this panel template and panel title inside a new folder that I made. I called it CAD. So right here, panel template, panel title. So you can close this and go ahead and open your panel template. And this is how your fab ticket will look. You can open your panel title. So here you can update the job name, job number, the date, drawn by, just put your name on it, and then the PM. And the description will always be 4mm composite panel. Okay, the finish, when it could be any, whenever you're sure what what finish it is, just put it in here. Just say black, and then save it. When you save these guys, the panel template will automatically update. So let me close this panel template. No. Okay, the panel title is saved. Now if you open the panel template, let's see. There you go, it's updated. Oops, the finish stay there. Okay. Text, delete, and it's black. Alright, so let's save this one. And then we can go ahead and drop our all panel script. This one, let me open it for you. This is code for everything, for all the canopy panels in here. So once I drop it in there, it will create all my drawings, my fab tickets. It's gonna take a while because all of them are in here. So let's just check it out. I'll just drag it and drop it, and it will take some time. So alright, so it took about 5 minutes to run all of the scripts for all the panels. Here in my CAD folder, you can see all of my panels are in here. So I'll be opening one by one. I noticed that I messed up on my panel title because I copied the composite text and I put black over it. But I didn't have to do that. Yeah, the mica silver was automatically added in here, so I fixed that. So now let's open the C1-2 and let's see. So all these panels that were created, some of them are in 3D mode because for some reason the program cannot make the panel because it's complicated. Maybe it has more returns that were not programmed in Revit or modeled in Revit. So when it comes to these, sometimes I have to make it from scratch or grab a typical panel. Let's see, which one can we bring over? C1-3. Okay, so this is a typical panel. So I grab a typical that is already made, and then I'll just make any adjustments to make a panel that was not able to create by Revit. And then also I had to include the holes, the circles in here. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. The fab ticket's already done. You have the sizes in here, the quantity, mark number, and then it comes with these nice parameters, dimensions showing you in the fab ticket. So, I mean, once you finish your panel, you can just batch print and ready to send out for checking, just to make sure you're not missing anything, and all the panels match the shop drawings. So that's pretty much it. Here I'm going to show you a comparison between the final product of what we released for the job and what we got from Revit. So as you can see, I have to input and create the holes for the corner attachments, the clips, and dimensions for the clips, east orientation for the paint finish, and also the an extra detail right here for the shop for the angle clips that they're gonna attach. That's it. All right, presentation's over. Then anybody fell